You're going to have to trademark that, Cari. Powwow.
I've already did because everyone loves it so. I was like, it's mine.
Anyway.
Well, you know where I got that name from?
What?
Because, I mean, that's just what it is. It's magnificent. It's pow and wow. How your man pull you?
All right, this is how he pulled me. One, he was fine. That helps. Okay.
Mel be running around here treating him like he a piece of meat. I feel
I do.
For Ian.
Yes.
Go on.
You have to. You have to treat them that way so that they feel respected. That's how it works. Treat them like a piece of meat so they feel respected.
Okay,
But
go on.
I met him at a tailgate. I was at Michigan State. We both went to Michigan State, but I'm a cougar, so round. So he was younger than me, and we didn't go there at the same time. Anyway, I was talking to someone else at the tailgate. He came up, and I was like, "Ooh, who's the fine man?" And then we had a little eye contact, little flirting, little soft conversation. Later on, I saw him at a party, and he rolled up on me. We exchanged numbers. Here's where he pulled me. He actually called me the next day. Because, see, a lot of people play games, and they'll be like, I'm going to make her wait a couple days.
Is that all it took?
And then in the conversation, he was just really smooth. Like I had just gone to my favorite Chinese restaurant in Detroit. I picked up some Chinese food on the way out. You know how I like it. I introduced you to Golden Bowl when you came to Detroit, Vegas.
I am not going to interrupt this lovely story with a review of Golden Bowl. Well, go ahead.
Side note, Cari,
and
I know you're about to get your laugh on, but Golden Bowl actually had a fire. It is closed right now. See, and I'm devastated. They'll be back up. Shout out to
Hope
Golden
not.
Bowl.
Go on.
You know what? Anyway, she don't appreciate nothing. You just don't. So when I talked to him, it's like sense of humor, charm. Like he was just real smooth with it. Wasn't nervous, wasn't awkward. And he was just very intentional from the beginning. And I was like, so you fine and you got personality and you're funny and you called right away. And it was just no nonsense. It was just no bullshit. He was just like, okay, this is what it is. And that's really what kind of sucked me in, because a lot of people, they play games, they do all this dumb stuff. Yeah. They don't want to say they like you. They want to be coy. And he just made it known right from the beginning.
Yeah,
this is what time it is.
Yeah, like, did you hear Cardi B's words of wisdom on stage?
What was her words of wisdom?
Well, she was clearly talking about Stefon Diggs when she did her concert. And she was like, you don't play with a bad bitch like me. You'll never get another bad bitch like me. When you see me, and she was doing the woman thing because women have such huge egos. And I was like, well, yeah. She's like, he fumbled the bag. But men are under this philosophy that if they meet a woman that is whatever in their eyes, they have to play that game in order for her to enjoy them. It's almost like I said, when you're in second grade and the guy pulls your hair, makes fun of you, but it means he really likes you. Women don't want that. So that's not even no game. That's just be intentional. Him calling you the next day. If he wouldn't have called me the next day, I would have been done. Like when I like somebody and you wait a week to call me, I'm over it. I'm just over it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't like you anymore. If you wait, if you man enough to ask for my number and ask me out or assume you like me and then you don't follow up for like 4 or 5 days, I'm like, I'm already bored. I have ADD, HD. I've moved on. So it's like, no one has time for that. It's exhausting. To that end, I saw something because I remember when you met Ian, and it's really interesting, and God bless you, how you remember certain details that I have remembered, that you might have forgotten certain details that I remember. Do you remember when you met Ian? Do you remember your status? Do you remember what we used to, I'd be like, Jemele had so many men. I'd be like, what city is he in? And she's like, this is Michigan State. I was like, not New Orleans? Okay, well, what about San Francisco? Jemele had so many boyfriends at the time.
I didn't have that many, okay? But for context,
Ian's watching.
To your point,
so we got Sorry,
to your
Ian.
point.
She didn't have that many.
I was single. I had been out of a relationship for maybe a year and a half, 2 years. I was not trying to be in a relationship. And when I'm single, as I have made known, when I'm single, I'm single.
Be single.
Like I'm enjoying the fruits of being single. Right?
Yes, exactly. So waking up where you want to wake up, forgetting
and I'm
certain
sure he
things.
was too.
Yeah, of course. Yes, of course, of course. Let me just not say
Mhm,
too much. Marcy said I get
mhm.
people in trouble all the time.
I mean, there
Secondly,
was in New Orleans, but that's beside the
there was
point.
a was
That
there
was
San
beside
Francisco?
um,
Uh-huh.
loosely,
That
but there was yeah,
okay.
there was some Bay Area a little
There
bit.
there was let me stop.
You know what? Carrie just like, oh my goodness.
The days that I miss.
No, I was like, in our business, most of our relationships
I don't know
are
nothing.
cross country, different area codes.
Yeah,
Because we on the move, we on the go. And as you know from living in Hartford, Connecticut,
I don't know
and
nothing.
slash Bristol, it ain't a whole lot happening there.
I don't know
So you
nothing.
got to outsource.
Okay.
You-
Well,
okay.
speaking of outsourcing and getting engaged and finding your person, did you hear about that dude, the Costa Rican soccer player? His name is Derrickson Quiros. He got engaged. He proposed after a game to his fiance. He got down on one knee. How romantic, right, Jay?
Mm-mm.
You
I'm gonna
ain't
let you finish telling the story, but because
okay.
you already know you know how I feel
She
about
already she's
certain
pouting.
proposals.
Okay, so this dude, he plays soccer. His name is Derrickson. I don't know the name of the team. It's in Costa Rica. I want to go. Have you been to Costa Rica? You have, right?
I have. I've been to Costa
Yeah.
Rica. It was lovely.
Okay. Well, he literally was like, I'm going to propose to this woman. I love her. I think she's amazing. It was right after a game. And then, like 4 days later, he posted the following. Yes, it's true that my relationship slash engagement ended. It was a difficult personal situation like any breakup, but I prefer to handle it with respect and maturity. I'm not going to speak ill of anyone nor go into details because it was a relationship that was important to me at the time. Now I'm focused on my career, my team, and continuing to grow as a person. I appreciate everyone's support and hope they can respect this moment. Thank you. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing at him. It sounds like he's in pain. I'm laughing at like he went from being engaged to just now go back to focusing on his career and he doesn't want to speak ill of anyone. It sounded like she was cheating. That's the translation. She
Nor
was
go
cheating.
into details. Remember
She
that
was
part you
she
said?
was cheating. She was
You
cheating.
think she was cheating?
Huh?
Oh.
I
Or do
think
you think
so.
it's just simply did it just settle in? He was like, "Ooh, am I really trying to do this?"
No, I think like he made it public. He gave her a hug. Everybody was, and then he got all these messages from people. This is pure conjecture. I have no idea.
Mm.
But I felt like everybody was like, she's for the streets. And maybe she dated a couple of players that were also soccer players. He just found out more information about her than he really knew. He didn't really know her that well. Men always marry the wrong one. Like, and when it's up to them, normally the woman guides them into the process, right? Because
Okay.
remember when we were with Ian and we tried to get y'all married? We all were telling
Oh,
Ian to get
yes.
you guys
I almost
married in
got married in
Vegas.
Vegas with you.
We lit the fire under Ian, so he knew. He was like, "Well, maybe this is it. This is the one." And we like, "Yeah, what you doing?
Thank you, Carrie.
You're
You
welcome."
guided him into the
I
process of marrying
guided
me.
him. We as a group, as a community, was
Okay.
like, just before he fumbles this bag, like they do, marry this one. When we leave men to their own devices, this is what happens. You bring home a hoe, and so apparently that's what
Why she
happened.
got to be a hoe?
I don't even know. That's so unfair.
Yeah.
But
It's like,
you know what? I am for vagina freedom. And so anyway, they broke up. First of all, I think everything that I think is romantic, which means I'm problematic, you think is awful. I don't mind a proposal in a public engagement. I know you do because
I
you're like,
highly
oh,
minded.
well, okay. So my makeup artist, I was telling her this story, and she was like, it forces the woman to say yes.
Exactly. But there's a lot of things wrong with it. See, just so everyone is clear about where I'm coming from, it's like I hate stadium proposals, arena proposals. Like I get it, it's cute. We've seen 1,000 clips of after a major win, some football player decides now's the time I'm gonna get on one knee. I'm filled with exuberance from this victory professionally that I'm about to propose.
Okay.
And I hate those proposals, those sports proposals, just to put them under one umbrella because it's about the dude, it's not about her. And
Okay.
it's also thoughtless. It's very thoughtless. It's like, okay, how easy is it to come up with that? I need you to put a little bit more effort into it. Like, I was already doing this thing, that's my job. So now while I'm here at my job, I'm gonna propose and get on one knee. I'm like, you gotta do
There's no
better than that.
pleasing you ladies. There really isn't.
That's
You
not,
ladies are
you
just
got to
so
do
hard to
better.
please. You just say, okay, fine. No, I look, I can I definitely see it from that perspective. It feels, but sometimes It feels a little cheesy, but sometimes why isn't that just he's professing his love in front of the world? Love me out loud. Take me outside. Walk me around. Hold my hands in the street.
Look,
No?
to each their own, Carrie. So I don't want to hate on all of the proposals that happen. Again, I realize they're very sweet. But one of the things I remember when we were just discussing marriage generally, that I told Ian, I was like, if you ever propose to me inside of any sporting arena, I'm going to choke you out in front of everybody watching because the answer is no. I get it. I do sports for a living. Don't ever do that.
That's so cold. Okay, you know what? Okay, that's fine. I get it, but I'm under the impression that there could be something romantic about it, considering the time and situation. But I'm like, how you gonna propose? But I don't. Let me tell you something. I don't blame him. I don't. What I'm
Ooh,
trying
you
to
don't.
say, something so awful happened that he had to let us know right away. Like he was like, I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna save my ego. Something's going on. For him to go straight to social and be like, "No, I'm all set." Or maybe it was one of his
After 4 days?
something went down horribly. Like someone found some information out because as soon as people announce they publicly happy on social media, it's over. You
Yeah.
know it's over. That's why you're
Oh,
supposed to keep
yeah.
everything a secret. Like, let me tell you something. You already know when I get remarried, I'm gonna have just the picture of the ring by itself on
We're
stories.
not even the dude in it.
Not even to do it on stories for 2 seconds.
Well, you know what? Remember, because it broke the internet when she announced it, our friend Taylor Rooks.
Yeah.
Like, she kept her relationship under
Although,
wraps.
here's the thing, I guess the people who knew her well. She had been
You're
engaged.
right, right. I mean, you're friends with her, so you
Yeah, but
knew. Yeah,
she'd been engaged for years, and I was just like, I thought
yep,
everyone knew that. And then everyone was like, "What, you got married?" And I was like, "God, I just thought that was so known." Because if you talk to her, she would tell you. She wouldn't say
right.
I wasn't, only if you chatted with her. But I get it. But by the way, that's how some people say. I think that makes perfect sense. Like it makes perfect sense. No one should know anybody's business. Unless you want to, and then even when, like at my wedding, I'm not even inviting you to the wedding. I'm gonna have an after party at the
Wait,
crib.
I can't come?
She no, she
Like,
can't.
what?
Did you see she like
Wait, time out. I can't
did
be
you just call me an N-word here?
there.
It
It wasn't with the hard ER, Carrie. It wasn't with the hard ER.
'Cause she was like, "What?" How I wait, hold on. I can't come?
First of all, how dare you?
How dare you, whore? No, I was in your wedding and I appreciate it, but you
Yes,
can't come to mine.
yes.
I don't want you coming in here with your
What?
your philosophy and your hair and your husband and his muscles trying to ruin a good thing. It's only gonna be one cute couple in the
And it's
room, and
gonna be
that's
you.
me and Mr. X, whoever
Yes.
the
I,
hell
I
that
mean,
is.
will you allow your future husband to actually show his face at your own wedding?
Thinking about it.
You're on the fence. You're on the fence about it.
It's gonna be a cardboard figure, and then it's no head. And be
But
like,
you know what? Going back to something interesting that you said about perhaps some kind of information was
I can't believe she
revealed.
called me an N-word so
I did
casually.
not call
I,
you that.
I thought you did. I was like, what
No,
did
no,
I
I did
just
not. Okay. Just so you
y
know.
damn, you
Listen,
in
we
the
ain't at
wedding. You
BAFTA.
in
What
the
are you talking
wedding.
about?
Damn, damn, damn.
So, getting back to what you said about maybe he discovered some information that he was uncomfortable with,
Yeah, she
which is
flirted with 2
possible.
boys. She flirted with 2 boys before she
Because
married him.
I
She
was about to
she
say,
had a
Carrie, now
past.
you know whatever information. Let's just say that was the scenario. He is a famous footballer. All right.
Girl, sitting up, girl, they are
I
throwing
guarantee
it
you he
at
ain't got a
him.
clean
Yeah,
pass.
hello, I'm not even these men. Don't get me started. Go
Oh
ahead.
Lord, don't Carrie. I thought you was gonna let up on him
I'm
after the
let up on the
weekend.
brothers today
Yep.
because I have a date tonight, so Imma let up on the
Oh,
brothers today. And
oh,
in case
oh,
my
oh, is that what it is?
date might be watching the pod, I
Oh,
love
so
men.
he
I
don't
am
need to know all your crazy right now.
no, I'm kind. I cook.
You are. So wait, hold up.
I
Let's
don't
get in your
talk back.
business. Let's get in your business.
Make
How
me
did this
laugh.
gentleman caller pull you for a date? Since we talk about pulling folks.
Well, he was very intentional, to your
He was
point.
very intentional. Okay.
Like, "You know what? I think you're great." Just all the things. Compliments is my love language. Give them to me.
Oh,
And then
okay.
he just wasn't tough. He's just a sweetheart. He's very sweet. I don't think there's any at the moment it is just a date. I don't hear wedding bells or anything of that nature. We have gone on dates before, but I again to your point, like the play the game thing. I think he was kind of doing that, and I was just uninterested. So I checked all the way out. And then I think he realized just that he had to be a little more effort is attractive. Don't be nonchalant about me. I need you chalant. Don't be nonchalant about me. Come chalant.
Come
You
chalant
if
or
you're not
don't come at
gonna
all.
don't come chalant or don't come at all. You can nonchalant around the streets with everybody else, but chalant me, my G. Chalant me. Okay? If you want to see this powwow, chalant me.
If you want to see the powwow, Chalant Cari.
I don't you know what?
Just
I don't like your body movements right now. I don't like
because I'm so tickled. I'm
I
so
don't like
tickled
I
right
don't like the judgment in your posture.
now. You know I don't vagina shame. I'm like at all. Free the vaginas everywhere. All right. Do what you please with free the powwow. Free the powwow. Okay. But okay, so he chalanted you and
Yeah.
and okay.
Yeah.
So we got our chalant king.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, let's call him Shalon King. Yeah.
Chalant
But
king.
yeah, but we circled the block. This is a circle the block situation.
Oh, a circle the block.
We circled the block.
Fascinating. I can't wait till our conversation after this is over.
Yeah,
Um,
but you'll like it. You'll like it. You'll like it. You like it. And he's beautiful. Like he's beautiful. He's beautiful.
well,
He's 6'4". He's chocolate. Got a beautiful smile. He's got abs. He shouldn't even be walking around the street.
okay.
He's
So you
beautiful.
don't mind if he posted some gym photos, like
No,
that
oh,
kind of body.
I do mind. I don't need anybody to see that. That should be on the record.
Oh, you mind in a different way.
Yeah,
Okay.
in a different way. I don't mind that.
In a
Yeah,
different way.
yeah.
As we talked about the no game,
Give it
that's
to
what I'm
me.
saying
Tell me about
with
Cameron. Yeah.
Brink. She said that her fiance, because her social media following was blowing up. A lot of people, like guys do it these days. This generation, they slide into the DMs.
Yeah.
Well, they were classmates at Stanford, and my man
Oh,
took a different approach,
he's
and
smart.
he decided to shoot her an email, which included his phone number at the end. And I was like, "Well, go ahead with your email game." It's funny because I tell younger journalists this when they ask me about how they can stand out
Yeah.
when they're being recruited. I say, "Listen, don't text, don't text a recruiter, don't shoot an email. Write them a thank you card. Like, get them a thank you card,
Yeah.
write your name on it. Do something that shows, like you
That's
said, effort
memorable.
is attractive."
No, I agree. Somebody writing a letter, the equivalent of letter today is an email, feels very chalant, and it
Yes.
also is very. It's just sexy. It's like okay, he can put a subject and a predicate together. I love that. That's the first thing,
Ooh.
and the second thing is like okay, there's some thought, there's some effort into this. It's like thank you, I love it.
Look, don't threaten me with a good verb conjugation.
Yeah, or
Just saying.
some agreements. Give me some
Some
agreements.
subject verb agreement,
Okay, go ahead.
a
Go
little
ahead.
subject predicate. What? Listen, that's chalantin as far as I'm concerned. You got
At
some
its
grammar
chalant,
about you.
it's chalant at its best. Is it
Chalanting at his
is
best.
chalanting at its best. So
Eh,
good for Cameron Brink and her boo, and he's smart because he went to Stanford, so you know that was good. That was smart. I'm all set. I love a Stanford athlete. I love that. I love everything about what that represents. You know who else was a Stanford athlete? Cory Booker.
Really?
Didn't you know that he played football there? No.
I remember he played football, but I didn't remember where.
Speaking of playing, I am really curious if you want to get into what's going on with our girls. The WNBA, the Players Association, they responded to the proposal that was sent by the league. And if I have to tell you, Jamel, it's looking more and more like I'm right. Are you still holding on to 11:59:59 that they're gonna make a
I'm
deal
still holding
happen?
on to 11:59:59.
Do you have any worries that 11:59:59 may not happen?
Of course I have worries and concerns, but I just feel like at the end of the day, and listen, the players have already, again, as I said, part of the negotiation. To me, the art of it is making the other side feel like they won, while you can also get something that you want. And so the players are already making concessions on the revenue share about the housing is their bat signal to the league, like, we're willing to work with you, but you got to give us something. So I'm curious what the league responds with in terms of the giving you something. Because at this point, it
We
is
gave
on
you
them.
something, and now it's on them,
Right.
and the deadline is March 10th. That's around the corner. That's tomorrow. What is that, next? What date is that? March 10th, next
Well, today's
Wednesday?
the 2nd, so it's next week. So it's
Yeah,
like
I
next
was like
Tuesday, right?
yeah, okay, so,
So,
yeah, they're there.
yes, they have to give them something.
They have to do a
And
bunch of back and forths, back and forths, back and
back
forths,
and
like
forths, and
yeah,
they have
okay.
to do it in a timely fashion. Can't be waiting days. Like, no, do it in a timely fashion. Like, to me, it's one of those, we're in the phase of this because of the deadline of now it gets real.
You and I had the conversation about this looking like a bad PR battle. It shouldn't be played out in the media. However, um, someone said that's centering the media. Like no one really cares. The average fan usually supports at least the fan of the WNBA will support the players. Don't center the media, which was an interesting take because maybe we are so close to it that we think that this looks bad publicly. In fact, I don't know if the average fan could give you all of these specifics. You know what I'm saying?
No, they
Of
couldn't.
what's good.
No,
Yeah. And nor do they care about the specifics. But what they do know is that these girls want a raise. These ladies rather would like a raise. And if they had to summarize it, maybe perhaps that's all that matters. And if the messaging is they're not trying to be paid like an NBA player. They're just saying, "Hey, I'd like to make a little more than, minimum 60,000 and have some housing. I'd like to have a little I want a little extra guac." Is what the ladies are saying they want.
a little bit.
A little bit extra guac and not even worry about it. When I go to Chipotle, if I got 2 scoops of guac, is it going to put me out for the week? What that's essentially what it sounds like they're asking for. They want to be comfortable as they have the right to do as a professional athlete. However, I don't know. I just don't think it's gonna go down. I don't think the league is going to budge. It feels I felt this before. Remember when I told you Donald Trump was gonna get elected and you didn't believe me? I felt this
Wait,
before.
which time?
The
The
first
first
time.
time or the second?
The
The first
first
time, right?
time. I
Okay, I
remember
was
you
like, which
walked
time?
around all
Because I remember
devastated
the
for
second
weeks, and
time.
I
I
was
was
like,
like,
I
he's
told
definitely
you."
getting
You're
elected.
like, "No way." I was like, "Yes way." Anyway, with that being said, I could be wrong, but I feel I don't know. Your thoughts?
This is where WNBA fans are very different than other fans of other leagues. I think WNBA fans, many of them have been day one type of fans, right? The core fan base is day one. They have fought to support these ladies. They have seen the rough times. And so,
Mhm.
because of that, I do think they will not buy this idea that the reason that this labor process hasn't progressed is because of the players. Like, they don't buy that. They already know their core fans, they know what time it is. Casual fans who just started maybe in the last 3 or 4 years paying attention to the WNBA, just like all fans, are going to say, wait a minute, you just got the league to the point where the popularity has exploded. Why are you trying to blow all that up? And you like, they buy the propaganda. And I really, again, as I continue to say on this podcast, I need fans to be smarter than that and realize that whatever is your industry or your field, you have to see it in the context of, frankly, your own labor, in the sense of the company, there's the company line, and then there's what's really happening. And if you're siding with the owners, you're on the wrong side of this, because what the women are asking for is not that much. To me, the magic number is 20. They asked for 28%. Okay, that was down from their initial, what was it, 40%?
Yeah, but then I heard that it really was they started at 30, like, in a
Okay, so they
realistic
start at 30.
yeah,
Now the women have backed it all the way down to what, 27?
yeah,
Something like that, right?
26. They went to 20
27, 26. Okay, that's what it's down to. League should come up and say, all right, shut it down. Let's go home. Let's do this at 20 and see what happens. Because
20
then
are best and final.
20 best and final. Then everybody feels like they won, because
Yeah.
the league is at what now, like 14%? So then they've come up a long way. The
Ugh.
women have dropped a long way, and everybody can say that they got something. And I would just let the housing part stand at what it is. I mean, what they conceded to with that was that in the later years of a contract for a player, that the housing part can be sort of phased out. That's a big concession considering the transient nature of the league. What This is what I wonder is playing, or if this is the thought process in the owner's mind. I don't know if you saw this, but Aaliyah Boston, who was playing in Unrivaled, she got hurt.
I
And
did see that she's out for the rest of the season.
she's out for the rest of the Unrivaled season. We don't know
Is
the
it
extent of,
unrivaled season, or is it the season if the league
or
were
the
to
playoffs, I should say. She's out for the playoffs.
okay.
And so what I wondered is, and it heard they said, according to Yahoo, her status is now uncertain for Team USA training camp. So we get back to what is another thing that I know the owners want, and they want the ladies to stop playing in these other leagues. Well, you got to pay to do that because the reason that Aaliyah Boston is playing in Unrivaled is I'm sure she wants to play basketball and it's a good league, but Unrivaled takes care of their players. It's an opportunity
Yeah.
for more money. So if
Yeah.
you want these other players to stop playing in other leagues or at least make them think about not doing this, you got to give them money. And so now with whenever the WNBA season is supposed to take place, obviously Caitlin Clark fully healthy, she'll be back this season. Aaliyah Boston is a major piece of that team. If Aaliyah Boston can't play in the WNBA this season, I flip back to this negotiation. What you gonna do? Come up. Like, stop playing around because otherwise you're gonna see a lot more of this. This is the risk of when you don't pay them, is that they
That
playing elsewhere and they get hurt.
I agree with that. But I also feel like they being the WNBA there's an ego and an arrogance and an entitlement that they feel like they have over these women. Like, you should just be lucky you're here. And I don't know why I feel that energy. Maybe it's
Because it's
because of what.
true. You
Yeah,
feel that energy because it's true.
and because of what Fee said. When Fee went on her which and she, by the way, we're talking about Nafisa Collier, when she went and gave her what are your end of year interview, exit interview at the end of the season, when she's like, I have a few things to say. It took a lot of courage for her to be the first. But and what she said to me felt very authentic and real. Like, these were conversations she was having, although people tried to flip the script and say that wasn't true. It felt very real to me, like what she was saying. And in my mind, I was like, I wonder what the punishment will be. And I wonder if these are all the questions, not that they're true. And I wonder if that was never revealed. Would the league be a little more open to giving more?
See, I don't think so
I don't think
because
so
I think,
either, but I'm asking questions. That's what I'm saying.
yeah, I mean, that's a good question to ask because you wondered if that put the league in a more stubborn position than they would have previously taken.
Yeah,
But here's the thing is that, and we know this from our real lives, women have to fight for their lives to prove what they're worth.
every
Like
day,
when it comes to our worth, we are
every
in
day.
a fight for our lives all the
Ugh,
time. No matter
every day.
how accomplished, no matter
Praise.
how great,
Amen.
we this is what it is. And so the league, to your point about how it feels, to me, they are, whether intentional or unintentional, playing into the misogyny that women already have to deal with. And they know that a lot of the public, especially those just now tuning into the WNBA, and even those who just like to shit on the league for no reason, even while not watching, the mentality in women's sports overall is that women need to just be happy somebody letting them put on some cleats. They need to be happy that somebody's letting them wear a uniform. Be happy that anybody cares to see your ass on TV at all. It's this perpetual ignorance that they play right into because they know that's how America or society at large feels about women. We still fighting for pay equity in real life, in non-sports life, I should
Yeah,
say. We
yeah,
still fight for it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's just like
I'm with
this
you.
this is the default thinking regardless of industry, which is why their fan base, the core fans who have been with these players, who have followed these players, they not going for that shit. Like they're on how many times, and this is where I said the WNBA fans are different. Go back to All-Star weekend last year when the fans were saying, pay them. The fans said that in
You
the
mean based
arena
off the T-shirts they were
off the
wearing?
t-shirts that they were wearing. That would never happen in the NFL. That would never happen in the NBA.
Well, they make enough
They
money.
make more money, yes, but I think people who follow the WNBA are acutely aware that these women have been financially kicked in the teeth. Even right now, okay, we went through the whole Brittany Griner Russian detainment situation. She's playing over there. Why? Money. Dawn Staley came out in the last couple of days saying that she was working hard to get some of the South Carolina alums who are playing in Israel as we have this conflict going on to get them out. Why are they playing in Israel? Because they don't make any money.
Mm.
Okay. That is why. So it's just like this is a part of a larger, broader conversation that we have been having about women and worth for literally centuries. Like, guys, it's not that difficult. Pay these women.
26% goes to Jemele. I hope they give you like. Do you
I,
get a
no, I'm gonna
do
need
you
more
get a
than
commission? You
26%.
don't get. Do you get a
Yeah,
commission?
I need one because I be, I mean, maybe not on this program, but generally, I say this shit for free. So
Yeah.
it's just
So
like
yeah.
I need a little of my guac as
You
well.
yeah, you need a little extra guac. You deserve it. Yeah. Okay. I think you make a compelling point, friend. I hope they're listening. I know that they have a tendency to monitor everything and micromanage it, and it hurts their egos, but they got to take this medicine. It's this time. They've been bossing around for years, and they have been treating these women, you know, not as good as they deserve for years. They've been getting away with it since its inception. So now let's start again, okay? You got a different generation. You got to
I,
change your
I agree.
mentality. These people
I
think
agree,
differently.
Cari.
I wait, well, it's just hard. It's hard for people to turn the tide. It's like we got to go. Listen, I linear television is extinct. People are not tuning in to watch NBC, ABC, CBS unless it's a program they really love or unless it's live programming for that matter, right? A live sporting event. People are watching everything on their phones, they're doing everything on their computers. Those days where we all gather around this one thing called the television and there's only 3 networks and that's all you pay attention, those days are gone. You see what's happening in real time. People are adjusting. I also, speaking of adjusting in TV, we didn't even get into what you did this weekend. Let's talk about our weekend. Tell me about Kamala. You sat down, you did a ussy, you had all the people there.
I did a very bad ussy, but
You did, I
yes.
mean, let's not talk about that. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah,
love
I
on you. I'm
didn't.
gonna
I
love
don't
on you right
really.
now. I'm gonna love on
Yes,
you
okay.
instead
We
of
don't
being
bring up
mean
my
to you.
deficiencies with ussy.
It's no point. It's just no point. You did a
N-
wonderful job. You're smart. You are the pride of Detroit. I think it speaks volumes that she chose you. Each city that she goes to, she chooses a powerful woman, and you were the powerful woman to represent your city. And I thought that was really special. And I'm just so honored to call you a friend and have this show with you. Tell me how it felt.
It did feel good. It felt good to see, Detroit highlighted in that way to be one of her book tours um, stops as it is. The vice president, she's fired up. She is fired up. And this is before
Right.
the we wage war with Iran. So
Mhm.
like that happened hours later. So when we
Yeah.
talked, that had not happened yet. But she was very fired up, had a lot of strong opinions about this administration. But the main thing that was really interesting in talking with her was, I said this jokingly, but I was sort of serious in the joke. I said, why aren't you going for the California governorship? And she admitted after the election and the outcome, and if you read her book 107 days, this comes through loud and clear. Like she was devastated.
Mm.
Like a different, politicians lose elections all the time, and there's
No,
a certain.
I knew we was the collective people who supported her were devastated. I
Yeah,
felt I could tell that I thought she was about to cry right in front of all of us when she gave her
mhm.
concession speech. I thought she was about to cry. But go on, you didn't ask her about that, did you?
No, I did. I did. I mean, she kind of spelled it out, but what she did say was that after that, she just needed a
Hmm.
hard reset personally, a hard reset professionally to figure it out what she really wanted. And so one of the reasons why she did this book tour and in such an extensive fashion, where she's riding the bus. She's not riding the bus everywhere, but they have like a big bus, is
Hmm.
because I think she felt as if she had lost a certain amount of connection with like people. And so
Hmm.
she was like, as she said, I did a lot of time talking. This time I just wanted to listen. So she's going around
Hmm.
to these different cities and just communing with folks and being in community and figuring out what it is that binds us together. Figured like
Hmm.
sort of getting back to kind of the reason why she chose being a public servant to begin with. And I
That's
thought
right.
that was really interesting that she chose that was her method of healing. Her
Yeah.
method of healing was going out and talking to the people and even talking to people who didn't vote for her. And I was
Well,
like, wow,
that's why she started that's what everyone should do when they wanna be in public service. Like, your job is to find out what your constituents want, and you're representing your community, so to me, that makes perfect sense that she got back to the basics of what initially brought her into this life of public service, which is
yeah.
talking to the people. That culture is something that you can't fake. you have to really truly understand the culture and the community to be able to speak for them. And I think I just heard the other day Cheryl Eiffel speak. She was at an event that I was at, and she is a famed lawyer who's known for various political connections and what she's done. I think you might know her in a way that I don't know her, Jay. But I know that she said one thing that I thought was really interesting, and that was when she's watching people on television talk about the world that we live in right now, they never talk about the humanity of it all. No one speaks from the heart anymore. And I think that's really significant that you're saying that's what she wanted to do. Your girl, Kamala, wanted to do.
Because one thing that you definitely pick up from reading her book, I don't think people realize the degree in which politicians at a certain level are actually insulated from the opinions of real people. So one of the it may sound crazy to us because day to day we talk to people, we're on social media, so we're much more aware of sentiment. She had no idea that Joe Biden was as disliked as he was until she knew. I know, right?
What
I see your face. You're like, what? She didn't, and it was her
until
advisors
she what do
that
you
had to
mean
tell
until
her.
she knew?
She didn't. Well, she knew during the campaign, but it was at the stage in the campaign where she knew that was really fascinating because you're like, how did you not know this?
That's so sad.
Well, one of her, several of her advisors, like leveled with her. They were just like, hey, people really don't like this dude, and you need to accept that and proceed accordingly. And some people would say, I think there's one among the many takeaways you might have from her book is that perhaps she's a loyal person.
2,
She was too loyal to Joe Biden, in my opinion. And
2,
it potentially
2.
is what cost her the election.
And potentially my butt, like 2, just 2. They were just this man can't even walk and talk, and y'all propping him up to go and like the optics were horrid. He was like tiptoeing his way to up and down the stairs, falling all the time, barely could. I was knock it off. And I know, yes, he has a speech impediment, but that wasn't what that was.
That wasn't what that was. But even beyond his physical limitations, which I think in hindsight, and especially with what we're seeing now, were way overblown to some degree. But a very big point she makes in this book is that it was very much the position of his camp that any attention she received, any glow up, dimmed his light. And I was like, where
Name
have
a
women
man.
heard that shit before?
Name a man who don't think like that when he's insecure. I'm not
That to
saying all
me,
men, but I'm saying name a man
there you go.
that don't
There you,
think like that. You can't shine because it takes away my light.
exactly.
Well,
So,
I mean,
because
I'm not surprised by that, but she look. I don't want to get into. I don't. This is not about to be an anti-Kamala session. We're not perfect. There are things she could have done far different. I think I love the fact of her going on this bus tour, and speaking to the people. Get back to the basics. That's why you wanted to run for office, to make a difference. I was referencing Cheryl Eiffel, who is a civil rights attorney in many ways and does a lot of civil rights work. That's where we know her from. But did you know? And you know who her first cousin is? The late Gwen Eiffel. I didn't know
yes, I
that.
did know that.
Well, then why
Gwen,
didn't
who
you
is
say
like,
nothing?
yeah, well, we went off on a tangent.
My bad.
But yes, Gwen Eiffel, who is a paragon of journalism,
May she
who
rest in
certainly
peace.
for Black journalists, she's one of those ones that was on Mount Rushmore. But look, Sherilyn was right. And along those same lines, because I believe Sherilyn, she works with the NAACP
Mhm,
Legal Defense Fund.
mhm.
Speaking of the NAACP, that was
You know
another
what?
thing I
Another
did this
thing you
weekend.
went through, you gotta be tired because you didn't
I
post a
am.
lot. I would've been exhausted. I was like, "Jemele didn't post her outfit. You just post one cute picture of you and Ian out there living y'all double income, no children life." And you didn't even say nothing about
Yes, we're
how
dinks. I think
yeah,
that's what they're called.
yes, they're
Double
called dinks.
income, no kids. Yes.
Say nothing about no, you ain't did no community service. You just been globe trotting all over the world. And you guys didn't say, I didn't see enough. I needed more photos of outfits. I didn't see Ian's outfit. Maybe he'll post today.
Yeah, well, he wore a purple suit. He is an Omega, so
Oh my God.
it was on brand.
Oh Lord.
that's
Oh Lord.
that's for sure.
Oh Lord.
That is for sure. But you know what? Okay, so you've been to the Image Awards before,
I
right?
have. I was
Okay.
nominated last year. I too did the
I
whole
was like, I thought you were
thing.
nominated. All right.
Yeah, I did the whole like walk the carpet, have the fun, do the thing, titties out.
Were they out?
Titties
They
was
weren't like this?
no, because 'cause they're firm and perky. Go on.
And as you see behind me, I have my Image Award right here.
Uh-huh,
Um,
I see you.
and
As
so
you see behind me, I have nothing. I'm in
I
a
have
studio.
well, you're also not in your home
I'm not
studio
in my
at
home, but, yeah,
s
okay, go on.
yes, so generally speaking, as you know, those are very it's a wonderful environment. Energy is always good, but this year in particular,
Talk to me.
this is I think my 3rd or 4th Image Awards that I've gone to. Carrie, when I tell you the love in the room, it
That's what I
was the
heard.
love in the room was just a breathing, just a thing that was
Oh, I
just all
heard.
about because and I want people to understand this as well. Like there's this narrative that black people feel more validated at the Oscars or other places or other award show. Let me tell you something. The Image Awards has always been important to black people and black actors especially. Everybody was there, which was not a surprise. Like pretty much the entire cast of Sinners, they were all there. So Michael B. Jordan, Ryan Coogler, you saw our boy Don Lemon. Don was having himself a time. Okay,
Don is a new black king. He is
and
reborn. When I tell
listen,
you that he's out here in these streets living his best
in
life,
them
it like
and
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 he's
ha-
like and happy to be here.
and happy belated birthday to him because I think
Happy belated
did you see
birthday.
his birthday photo he posted? He was with Rihanna.
I
That
saw.
was
And then I was
I
just
was
like,
like, Don,
"Ooh, I'm mad. Let me get
I
my
ain't
glow
mad at
up. Let me take all this shine. Rihanna, you wanna hang out? Get over here, girl."
him.
I love
Exactly.
all of it.
But
I love all of it.
But the love and especially coming off, the ugly incident that happened at BAFTA, and Regina Hall addressed it when she was on stage. Viola Davis's speech, girl, if she would have passed along a collection plate after her speech, I would have put all my little coins in it so she
I
could
saw
never have
you
to
say
work
that.
again.
I saw you say that. I saw you say
Like,
that.
it was
Yeah.
that woman could read a phone book,
Well,
and
she
I
got
am
you
in.
you know she has the EGOT.
I do. I
Did
do.
you did
Because
you listen
she won a Grammy for her
her
audiobook,
book, her audiobook? It
which
was
is
if you have not, if anybody's listening, paying
oh,
attention, watching,
listen to it.
do yourself a favor and be inspired. I mean, her story is phenomenal, phenomenal, and I was so, so happy. Okay, that's wonderful. You know what also I like? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go
No,
into
go
the
ahead.
tangent, but you know what else I like about Viola? I love that she gets the joke because people always talking about how she walk. You see her in Woman King, and they all talking about she got a
Cause she
gait
walks
of a
strong as hell.
she got a gait of someone who's been through a lot. And
Right.
so a lot. Like it's a walk of woof. Like, let me get up and put these 2 feet on the ground, make this devil know I'm here. Get out of my way. That kind of like, ugh, you know? It's
It
very
is true
interesting.
because she walks like if there was a walk the ancestors had, it would be that walk.
She did that. Thank you, because that's the
She
word.
walks, she's stomping the freedom
Yeah,
every time.
she said, "Guess what? We gonna get through these fields and we're gonna do it right." That's what she's. Follow me, please, to freedom. Anyway,
She definitely is channeling all of the ancestral feelings, but it was just wonderful to be in that environment and all that love, like especially the cast of Sinners, like
yeah,
knowing what they've been through the last couple weeks, they got all the
that's
love.
so
And
good.
Michael B. Jordan, he said it best. He was like, "I love us. I love being black. I love
Yep.
being here." And we as a community, we wrap all our arms around them and everybody there.
We
I
just
mean, it
need
was
that
just love.
love and that support. Do
We
you think the
do.
BAFTA situation changed the outcome of the awards? Because he ended up winning the SAG award. Do you think the BAFTA situation now locks him in for Sinners? Because before the front runner was Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme.
Timothy Shamama,
Shama,
Timothy Mama say
Timothy
Mama Sa Masakusa.
Timothy Chalant,
Timothy
for
is
Timothy
he Shalon?
yes, Timothy Chalant for
Timothy
Marty
Shalon
Supreme.
for
Chalamet.
Marty Supreme.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was him initially. So now I'm like, wait a minute, do they feel bad? And are they gonna give it to him now? What do you think?
Well, I don't
Because
know
there's
how
always these
they vote
moments
or when.
that change the trajectory of the vote, I believe.
Mm.
It's happened over time. Like if Will would have slapped Chris 2 weeks before, he wouldn't have won Best Actor. He just wouldn't have. And I don't know when they vote, but they would have figured it out. Because I think everything would be on a slant.
You think everything's rigged?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, it's tough for me to say. I guess I was of the opinion, being my pessimistic self, that despite all the specifically related to the Oscars, despite all the nominations. I was thinking that this was about to be Color Purple all over again. Color Purple got 11 nominations, didn't win anything. And I was like, okay, Sinners is going to get a bunch of nominations. I don't know that they're going to win anything. But
Yeah.
now it's making me a little bit
Yeah.
more hopeful that
Yeah.
they might. They don't have to win everything, but I think it's some key awards that would be meaningful, not because it's a pity party, but because they truthfully deserve it.
It's never a question of excellence. It's a question of will they win? It's never a question of is it for me anyway with Sinners, because Sinners, while I have said to you on occasion, like I could take it or leave, I thought Sinners was good. I'm gonna tell you, I enjoyed it. But there are you do ever watch somebody and you're like, I don't know, for some reason it just doesn't hit me. It could be many things. People could praise, like, for instance, your take on Thriller. You hate the actual song Thriller, but that was one of the highest selling albums of all time, if not the highest selling album of all time. You just hate the actual song Thriller, right? It just doesn't do it for you. You love the video, but the song, you're not running around.
Greatest video ever.
Right. So
Right.
I feel that art is subjective. Like I love Sinners, but there are things that people I could see. I saw Marty Supreme. I'm not gonna front. I thought that was great. That kid is an actor. Like he's an
Yeah,
actor.
he's extremely talented. And just to your point, Carrie, Buffy just dropped it in our chat. The Oscar voting ends March 5th.
I
So
know. I know they
so
waited
to
till the
your
last
point,
minute.
it might change the tide a
I
little bit.
absolutely believe it's gonna change the tide. I asked Kendra, my best friend who works for the academy. She doesn't work in that capacity. She's over their diversity program. So we are another whatever word you want to use now, but she's over there those programs. And she said, you know, it is up to the very last minute because I do believe people are followers, and I think some of the members of the academy go based on they haven't seen all the films. One film starts to, like Hamnet starts to get all this love and people like it, and then you're like, oh, okay, I'm into it. I'm into it. Let me watch Hamnet, because I'm like, what the heck is Hamnet? I was like, I know Hamlet, and then of course now I'm paying attention to it, and I'm all like, oh, okay, got it. It's the place. Got it. You know, those kind of things. So I definitely believe that it could have changed the tide. And what happened with BAFTA, because they intentionally left it in after they had been implored not to. I'm sure there will be a deep dive into what happened. I do believe that the disrespect, not that they didn't deserve it, helped the case. Costco really over here making so much noise. Like, I know you can't hear it. He's like it's almost like he has to be the center of attention. Like he can't move my microphone, so he has to jump up around, tap things down. He wants to jump into the screen and tell you about his love life. Like, you
Oh,
hear? You hear him? You hear him? He has to be
well, I mean, I was
himself.
gonna say I thought he'd be calmer, Carrie, because apparently you're hooking him up on the
I'm
side with
getting
somebody.
him a woman. Well, here's my thing. I will say this. I would love if I created a love connection, but if not, at the end of the day, I think they're two really great people in similar industries, and there could be some razzle dazzle there. I'm all for a friend that is a male that's not talking shit behind my back in the locker room. You know what I mean? I'm all for that, and I think Coscarelli could be that for my friend.
Oh, that is so sweet. Well, it's the least you could do since you verbally abuse him every day. So
He deserves it. He really, truly deserves, and maybe it'll take some of that anxiety away, if you know what I mean. Mwah, mwah.
there's such a rude joke I could make right here, but I'm not gonna make it because you know what?
Why?
God is working on me. That is why. God is working on me. He's
All right,
working
well,
magic in my heart.
I forgot to mention, it's Women's History Month. Not that I forgot to mention, you know that. So all month long, we will be celebrating women like we do every day on this show. However, tonight, I'm actually going to a dinner for Allison Felix. She's actually putting on a dinner for Women's History Month. It's an intimate dinner. It's being held at a little private club here in New York.
Ooh,
Unfortunately,
fancy.
I know, very fancy. But the only sad part is that I'm going to miss Unrivaled because they are actually here playing in Brooklyn. It's the semifinals. I don't know if you watched this weekend. It was really actually intense. The team that I don't even know, because our executive producer Jessie was there. She was Friday. She was in Miami this past weekend, so I think she went to Unrivaled. She said she had a good time. But I was thinking, I want everyone to know tonight, Monday, 7:30, Vinyl versus Phantom, 8:45, Breeze versus Miss, and they're going to be at the Barclays. That's a big deal.
Oh, that's a huge deal. When they went on the road to Philadelphia earlier this season,
I
it
heard it
was
was
really
packed,
it
like
was, yeah, they
sold out.
sold out. I really love the fact that they're taking the show on the road. It's been, just to see the love that this league is getting in different cities is great. I have to go to Miami to check them out. Like that is on my list of things to do. I hate that it's the end of the season. I can't make it March 4th, but I'm going to put that on the to-do list for next season on Unrivaled. We need to go.
Wait, is that the championship game?
March 4th is the championship game.
Back in Miami. Okay, great. Well, look, we already here. We've got a couple of things on the road. We'll put that. We're going to Magic City Mondays. We're going to put that out there. We're also going to maybe we'll do Unrivaled, but I know that we have a lot of good games coming up, so I'm excited about it. So we'll see. Meaning like we'll take the show on the road. That's what I'm suggesting. These are places. Right. These are dream places. Magic City Monday, if they bring it back.
Okay.
That's where we go on the road. Then if we do, we haven't decided yet, but we got an offer to do Selection Sunday at UCLA, which I'm looking forward to if that all goes through my alma mater. Once again, I'm upgrading Jemele. And then is Michigan State, what are they up to?
We will be in the tournament. We will be in the field.
It's unfortunate, though. They're not the Big Ten champs, right? Because we are.
No, you guys are.
We beat that ass.
You did. Y'all beat our ass. Like, no question.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's all we got.
No, Cari, I'm happy that you're doing all this tonight with Allison Felix, happy, of course, for Unrivaled. That's very Chalant energy that you're currently possessing.
I do have a lot of Chalant energy, as do you. I'm going to tell you one last time that I appreciate being able to do the show with you. If you guys love us, like, subscribe, download, tell your...
Chalant us.
Chalant us. Write a review, be in there, go after those toxic men who say that I'm the reason why I'm going to be single for the rest of my life is because I got an attitude. And then just kind of just have our backs, Just come on and support us. Yeah.
That's right. And y'all can Chalant us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're available on iHeart, Apple Podcasts, also on YouTube. Chalant us, damn it.
Chalant us, damn it.